Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to your least favorite podcast with all your least favorite friends.
You guys are my least favorite.
More likely that we're your only friends.
Least and only.
That is
Least and most.
definitely not true, but if you want to believe it.
It's the definite truth, dude. Don't lie.
Oh, I have so many more.
Oh, yeah, you're just Mr. Popular.
He was
Everyone-
That's
mentioning
what Mark
high school.
says.
He is popular. Or he was popular.
In high school.
In high
I don't
school.
think he's popular anymore.
No, the
People
popular kids in high
popular-
school fall off.
Yeah, they got nothing after high school's over.
Yeah, you tell all those quarterbacks who go to college and then the NFL, they're not popular.
I would,
There's
but
not
they
that
have so
many
much brain
there's
damage
not
they
that
don't know
many
what
of
I'm
them.
saying.
Well, you
There's
said
not that
all of them, so that would include them as well.
How
So
many,
when you
people
like group together
realistically?
people like that, I can do that because
How many people you think you went to high school with that ever made it big?
None. Actually, one.
What do you consider big?
Like, if you're like an athlete, made it to the NFL. What do you think the percentage is? Probably like really low.
Oh, yeah, probably insanely low.
Yeah, super fucking high. I agree.
Grab up everyone, or even
Yeah.
like art students or theater students that made it into acting. I'd be curious. I don't know if I'd remember any of them, but it'd be interesting to see.
Somebody I went to middle
Less than-
school with's an actor now.
Less than 2%.
I need to go find my yearbook and see if any of them useless SOBs ever did anything with their lives.
And then you contact them, try and get money out of them.
You know what? You guys sound like a bunch of haters.
I wouldn't contact them. I just want to know. But I don't want to be that person that tries to like come out now and be worming in on their success. I would just call, if anything, I would call them and be like, hey, remember me? Went to high school. Fuck you. And then hang up.
Actually, I'm sorry. Less than 2% is not accurate. It's 0.03% chance to have a professional career in sports.
Is
right, now do
0.03
acting.
greater than 0?
What else do they do?
By 0.03 it is.
Then
bands.
you guys are incorrect.
How many kids that were in band class became successful musicians?
Probably quite a few, if I had to think. That's probably where you start liking music and like.
I
To-
have
to
a feeling
pursue
that
it.
all the people that were in band in school were not the ones playing like rock bands or like they were the ones that you learn an instrument, you go play for like a symphony somewhere or an orchestra.
To become a breakthrough artist, it's like 1 in a million.
So there's a chance.
And there's
Really
more than
just-
just like a pop star.
I guess-
There's also
I guess
like
it
people who in orchestras for jobs.
Because, like, yeah, if you wanted to make, like, say, $100,000 a year being a musician, it's 1 in 100,000. So that's actually not that bad.
It was
Pretty close,
interesting.
though.
So we actually know someone. So we were going to do this. It was workout. We had like a trainer. Anyways, this lady's husband, he's a professional movie composer, and I was like, oh, that's neat. See, but same thing. Like, I never like gave him any credit for that because I don't want to horn in. I don't want to be like, oh, hey, are you famous? Like, I know you now. You're famous. I know. But I'm just like, fuck you, dude.
famous.
You're just the guy that's married to the person that I know. So that doesn't mean nothing to me.
Someone says you're famous. You're famous.
Yeah, it's actually like if you're trying to be a professional singer, like a big time singer, you have a less of a chance of doing that than being in the NFL.
Yeah, you gotta put some work into that. Like, you gotta find the right people. You gotta play some shows
You gotta
that
suck
have
the
no
right
audience.
dicks.
Mhm.
You gotta find the right people's dick to suck.
Can't just be getting them all.
That road's
Well-
ending here soon.
It's just like the competitiveness. There's a way bigger market for singers than there is to like go play professional football.
It's interesting too because like I would say there's less variety or less uniqueness in a majority of the music that comes out these days versus like a football player just has to be good at football, like, and everything that comes with that. But like if you're picking like an artist You're like, what makes you unique? What sets you apart from every other thing? Because they're like looking for the opposite things. We want someone who's really good at playing football, and we want someone who has something unique for music that isn't already out there.
Dude, I have no idea.
Are we just at the point where we've heard it all and there's like nowhere to go? Is that the problem?
Is there anywhere really to go?
You can go up and down.
Can I go
Depends on the
around?
music.
All right, somebody go be a famous musician and then report back on.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll do it.
All right,
I'll go let you guys know. Hold on.
we'll wait.
I feel like it depends on what kind of music you're going for. Because like if you're going for like a rock band, I feel like you have to do Disney covers on YouTube until like you do one that people really like.
I mean,
Like
are they
Acapella.
getting big? No, but they're not like huge. They're just like they're getting there now finally. But like those other bands, first of all, easier if you come from California. Apparently, a lot of rock bands come out of California. I don't know if that just makes the scene and the people you need to know are right there, and that just makes it easier or what. But like, system's rigged.
I feel like if you wanted to be a pop star, it's all about your looks.
Oh yeah, they can make anybody sing. They write the songs for you. The band plays for you. All you got to do is like pay attention when they teach you how to sing.
I'm back.
All right, what you got?
Come to find out, there's a guy with a bunch of baby oil. I think he called himself P. Diddy. And apparently you have to fuck him to be famous. So I don't know. I said no, so that's why I'm back early.
That's, we'll
I got
get more
scared.
feedback later when you
I said no.
go all the way.
And so now I'm here.
Yeah, I came back. I was like,
I
I'd rather
missed my
not.
opportunity.
Okay, I got a way more successful podcast to go attend.
Yeah, okay. Now I know you're lying.
You're right. I'm famous. So,
It's all about networking. They try and teach you that early.
I
Everything
networked.
is about who you know and what, like, how good are you with those people that you need to know the right one, and did you do the thing they want you to do to make them
I
owe
did,
you?
and I don't like myself for it. What?
That's why any of the times you see those conspiracies, none of that stuff surprises me. Like, that's just how it works on like the level you know. But if you try to like balloon that up to the top levels where they're just bored and have infinite resources, like I 100% believe every single like this person's gonna bring down like half of all the people you know in politics and media and everywhere. They're all just gonna come down from a few people. I mean, they won't because they would sooner die than let that come to light. But
I feel like that's how you know you made it, is like when your connections or like when your friends are all like the other famous people.
I mean, are they really friends though? I'd be interested to see. Like, I would like to just talk to a famous person and see how they act, how they like. Are they still connected to like? Are they still a human? Are they just detached? Like, I don't even know.
It depends on the famous person.
I feel
Keanu
like-
Reeves is pretty famous about being really down to earth.
I feel like you kind of have to be, otherwise you go that route, or you just lose touch with reality and people in general. So you got to kind of, I would assume you just decide that early on which way you want to go. Like because if you hang out with other famous people, that they're not like real friends. Like you didn't get to know them at a time where they didn't already have their fame and success. So like, are they ever gonna really be a true friend?
Why not?
Or are they just friends of happenstance? Like they're just friends because being your friend is potentially useful to them later.
Not if they're already famous. Like if you're both already famous, then
But who's
Yeah, but
more famous than
maybe-
you?
like think about like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Like neither one of them need to be friends with the other to like increase their fame.
Yeah, I think they're both shitheads, to be honest.
But you wouldn't
I
just
could
be
see
like,
that.
wouldn't you be like friends with some random ass person? It's like when you see celebrities that are like married to somebody, like who the hell is that person? Versus like celebrities married to other celebrities. I feel like it's just a business arrangement.
I mean, probably in some circumstances, but at the same time, like if you're filming a movie together for a handful of years potentially, or like some movies, I'm sure like do go fast, but then others take like a long time. So then it's like a long time in close proximity to this other person working. That's how me and you became friends.
Yeah, it's like a deployment where you talk to somebody for a bunch of months and then you just stop talking to them forever when you're done. You're like, oh, I actually don't have anything in common with this person.
I kept talking to people after deployments.
Name them. Let's hear them. All of them.
I actually just had lunch with somebody that I became friends with on deployment.
I can barely remember the names of people I was with. If they weren't like ones that came out there with me, like in our group, then I don't know who the hell they were. Not to say they weren't cool people, but like it's just time and proximity, you know? If I was around them a lot, if it was only a couple months, then that's pretty much where that ended.
Fair. I do try to keep friends a lot more than regular people, though. Try to keep all the friends.
That way, when you're famous, you know who you can count on.
No, just in case any one of them get famous.
Oh, there you go.
Then I'm good.
You got an in.
Then I've got an in.
You know you're famous when you have to eat some dog poo flavored pancakes.
Yeah. I'd eat dog poop pancakes.
Nobody gets that reference?
Anchorman.
Wrong.
No, he did eat shit.
Pancakes, specifically.
Pop star.
You guys
Yeah,
are
see,
obsessed. You
I'd
guys
like
are
to-
obsessed with them.
But I'd like to do. I'd like to be in that. Like I'd be there with some famous person just to keep them grounded. To be like, no, dude, you're a piece of shit. Like everybody else around there is telling you how great you are. You got millions of fans. I'm here to tell you you're a shithead. Everything you do could be better.
I don't think
Like-
he'd be around him long.
Yeah, but it'd be different because you'd be like the original friend, you know, like so you get a pass.
I feel like me and Steven can go in as a duo to these famous people. Like I'll be like the super motivating, uplifting one, and then he'll be the super negative, grounding one, and like it'll balance that person out.
Steven doesn't care enough to actually be like grounding to somebody. That would be the
No,
problem.
but I'll be the one right there to their face telling them that they could be doing better and making sure they remember that they're not some like higher level being. I'll bring them back down to reality.
I don't think he would.
What did it call in the show? He calls it a perspective manipulator or
I've
something.
never
like
heard
that.
you say that to anybody.
What perspective
better.
manipulator?
A perspective
Be
manager.
better. You could be better, or you're not doing as good. No one I've never heard you say any of those things to anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were about to
depends on
tell
the
him that he
situation.
could be doing better.
He
could
wouldn't
be
because he
doing better.
doesn't. He doesn't say those things.
That was the golden opportunity for that. I'm having to start agreeing with Nick here.
no, it's just if you don't feel like they can, then no. Like, sorry guys, I'm just gonna give you the motivation I think that you've earned that you're at that level.
hmm
That's
Don't
fair.
try any harder. I don't feel like it's gonna be worth the time. So just keep doing what you're doing.
I think I do that more than you would do that, especially to Jake.
I like to motivate people.
I'd have to give a fuck about what you say, Nick, for it to matter.
You do though.
I don't.
You get angry, so you care.
I
Deep
hear what
down.
all of you guys have to say.
Jake tries to act like he don't, but deep down he does.
I don't think you understand how little I don't.
I value and respect each of your opinions.
Yeah, and that's why I try not to say hurtful things to you, Mark, because I know it'll hurt you. All right.
It will.
That's
to my
like a
soul.
knife. Oh, that reminds me. So you were showing us that dog video, and I was saving this. We took Norman out, the dog. We took him out today to PetSmart and Lowe's and all these places. and we're sitting at Lowe's, and he's like sniffs people as they walk by. You don't really pay much attention to him, but this dude comes up and he's like about to give us like a spiel. He's giving his pitch. He works for the store, and he's like, "Hey, you guys homeowners?" And Norman just like goes the fuck off on him. And we're like, "What he said, dude? Like what the dog said? Like go away." Like so it was just weird that the one person who I wouldn't have wanted to approach me because he was just about to catch us in some useless ass conversation. That's the one that the dog was like, "Get the hell away from me." I was surprised the guy kept walking up too after that happened. Like he just like barked and growled at him, and like he sounded like he was gonna tear him up, and the guy just kept walking up like, "Hey, you guys homeowners?" No, I live outside, dude, by the dumpster. You see me every day. What are you talking about? My homeowner. Get out of here.
No, I'm homeless. Thanks for reminding me. Dick.
That was the first thought that came through my head. I was just like, I'm just gonna tell him I'm homeless. Like, how do I anytime we interact with somebody like that, I'm just like, how could I end this conversation immediately? But we had to be like somewhat sociable, you know. But my first thought was just like, no, I'm homeless. But that wouldn't have ended the conversation. He'd have probably like thought I was joking with him, used it as another avenue to keep talking.
No,
don't
I
actually
could
like
most
when people come
definitely. I could be like very serious about that.
I,
Like, oh, you homeowners? No, I'm homeless.
Yeah, I mean, I could say
Stare at
it,
him.
but I'm just thinking like how that conversation's gonna proceed once it's set. Like he's probably gonna think that that's an opening to something. Like I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be like, okay, point taken, I'll leave. And I mean, I feel bad on some of those because like if they're like store employees, they were probably just like, hey, you're going to do that all day today. You're gonna go sit there and bug people in the store and try and get these numbers up. Like, so I feel bad for that, but like on the other hand, don't talk to me.
I actually don't like talking to people in public either. Believe
we
it or
learn-
not.
I don't believe you.
It takes certain kind of personality to be fine with just striking up
Yeah.
a conversation.
Yeah, it's Mark's personality. That's
I
the
can
kind of personality
talk
it
to
takes.
people, but I don't like to. Don't come up and talk to me. Let me just run my errands and then leave.
Bullshit,
it's-
dude. Anytime somebody says "roll tide" to you, you get so excited you can barely keep it in your pants.
That's
alright?
different, okay? That's different. Roll
So
Tide.
if that situation at a store happens to you, as long as they say roll tide when they walk up, you're caught. You're on the hook.
I mean, I'll give them a Roll Tide back, you know?
That was the end of the conversation. See, we did that. I think it was at another Lowe's, and they were trying to sell solar panels. I think, and I was wearing a Ice Nine Kills, like a band. Like we had went to a concert around here, and this lady comes up and starts talking to us. She's like, "Oh, did you get that at the concert? I was there too." And I'm like, "Okay, this is like a okay conversation.
Yeah.
It's not." But then she's like, "Oh, now that that's out of the way, do you want to buy some solar panels? What have you ever thought of those?" And I was like, again, I'm just thinking like, how do I kill this conversation immediately?
No, how do you kill that woman on the spot without getting in trouble?
It's tough. There was a lot of people around.
There's a difference between like someone like striking up a random conversation, someone trying to sell you shit. Like someone says something about my shirt, like, oh yeah, was at the concert. It was pretty cool, right? Yeah, haha, high five. All right, get out of there. But like when someone tries to sell me, I get so many spam calls, like to my work phone. I get so many spam calls, and so many people trying to like sell me their credit card processing company, and it's like, no, leave me the fuck alone. Like I don't want your shit.
Like if I wanted your product, I would have sought you out.
I want people to start coming up to you and being like, "I fucking hate your shirt."
I'd be fine.
Yeah, me too.
I'd
be okay
rather
with
that than
yeah.
the people trying to sell me something.
Dude, your shirt's so fucking stupid.
That would hurt my feelings.
I know it
Mark's
would.
like, no, please, God.
That'd
don't
make
let
me
that happen."
sad.
That's my worst nightmare. God.
Please, anything but that.
Yeah, we learned that when we went to New Orleans, and the first like night we were out walking around, and somebody comes up and like wants to sell us beads, and we're like, oh, we're in New Orleans, we gotta get beads, right? And it's kind of a disheveled. I don't know if he was homeless, but he's kind of not super clean looking, and like, sure, I'll buy some beads because we're on Bourbon Street, we gotta have some beads, and he's like, I think he was like $5. each, $5 each for some beads. I was like, well, that's a little steep. And then I give him I got a 20, so I hand him the 20s. I don't have any change. He's like, either take. So basically, now you're paying $10 each, and I'm like, whatever. So that situation happens like really quick. That guy that came up, whatever, $20. I was like, all right. And then we went to. There was a guy standing like right behind it, was like working at a strip club, and he's like, did that guy just sell you some beads? He's like, yeah, you got ripped off. Don't talk to those people. And he's like, come in here. He's like, this has we give you some beads for free just by coming in to the strip club. So we go in there and sit down for a while. And I was like, fine. But from that point on, I was like, if anybody comes up to talk to us for any reason, you just tell them to fuck up. Like, I don't want whatever it is. I don't want to know. I don't want to talk. I'm not here to chat. Like, anybody that approaches you wants something.
Yeah.
And I've just kept that ever since. Anytime somebody like walks up to me, I'm like, no, go away. I'm not here to help you. I don't want to buy nothing from you. No.
But don't you want this limited edition?
If I'd have wanted it, I wouldn't have got it myself. People just irritate me.
Yeah, those guys suck. They irritate me too.
Yeah, we had another one when we were leaving that place, and they were trying to do some sort of like environment thing. I was like, nope, don't care. and we stopped being polite towards the end of that trip, like because so many people try to talk to you along the street there. It's so touristy, but it's like, nope, or you just ignore them, like la la la. I can't hear.
You know what gets on my nerves is the people who take pictures at amusement parks. Like, oh yeah, let me just get a picture of you real quick. Oh yeah, let's just take your picture. Like my wife wants to, like, will always be like, yeah, sure, and it's like, no, like those pictures cost like $50 for like one. Like, no, we'll take it on our phone.
So what
fine.
you do is when they take your picture, I'd be like, here's the bill for my image now. Like, you didn't tell me what this was about.
My name, likeness.
Yeah, that'll be $100. So minus the 50 from your thing, you just left with 50. So either delete all that or give me $50.
That's funny. Just carry little invoices around you specifically for them. That'd be fantastic.
People are so scammy, man.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be awesome.
It's like I've seen people now when they if they got like something that people like to ask about, or like when you're meeting new people and they just have like a little business card that has a spiel on it, and they're like, I don't feel like explaining all the details over and over again, so I just hand them my little card. Like being a tall person, you'd be like, yes, I'm tall. No, the weather's the same up here. Like just answers for all the bullshit that they would say.
Yes, I'm tall, 6'4". Yes, the weather's the same.
Yeah.
Yes, I hit my head on things. Like just
read the card. The list. I don't have the effort or the like mental fortitude to keep having these conversations over and over again. So that's why the dog speaks for us. Like if the dog did a good job today. He was like, get the fuck away. Attack that guy. Go away.
I don't think I've ever asked you guys how the weather is up there.
It's
we're on the
moderate.
subject. How is it up there?
It's moderate.
I feel like that's something I should start doing to Jake. I'm gonna start asking that to Jake.
Temperate, chance of showers. When it rains, I'll let you know. It'll be coming your way soon after.
It'll be coming.
See, that's why you ask dumb questions, because then you can get some dumb answers, and it's a good time for everybody, Jake.
That'd be fine if those people didn't have an ulterior motive. Like if they're just shooting the shit, fine, whatever. Also while we were out, I ran into a guy who was a former coworker from the last job I left. Haven't seen them in months. Saw him at the store. I was like, oh, hey, how you been? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's my dog. Cool. Have a good one. That was it. Boom. And I sat next to that guy for like 3 months straight. And that was the extent of the conversation. So I don't.
It's invigorating.
Yeah, I don't have little chats and catch up with people. So I'm also like wondering like if he would have wanted to talk. He didn't seem like he was in the checkout line. So you weigh the interaction like, oh, this is going to be a quick one. He's probably trying to get out of here. So I'm like
catching up with old people, but it blew up in my face the other day. There's somebody from high school that graduated with my sister, so I really didn't know them. But like found out that I was teaching martial arts at the local like after school program at the local community center. And then proceeded to have like some the weird, like one of the weirdest conversations with me ever about him trying to get like an outside training group, but only for like people 16 to 21, because after that, like people lose their drive and their vigor and their sexiness. And so he's trying to. I was just like, dude, this dude rambled on for like 20 minutes, and I did not know how to get out of the conversation.
You just walk away.
No, you
No,
just
I
sat
just-
there and agreed with him the whole time. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get this all together.
Mhm.
Let's get this set up.
I totally agree.
Also, I'm reporting you.
Yeah, I hate your guts. You piece of shit.
That's worse too. Every job I've worked at, there's always someone who's a talker. Like they just won't shut the fuck up. Like they're fine.
Who was that in our
But-
office?
Oh, geez. Let's see. I don't know. That's been a while. I mean, I'd say it's either somebody that, like I mentioned before, there's always somebody that is like the lightning rod, somebody that's just gonna draw all the hate. So there's that kind of person.
Oh yeah, there's definitely that person in our office.
I think it has more to do with age too, because like the more I've interacted with older people, the older people like to talk. Like they'll go on a rant.
Yep.
And even when you're like, all right, I'm not paying attention anymore, that they're like, that's cool. I can still talk because you have nowhere to go. Like you're trapped.
Yeah, older people do seem to talk a lot.
What else do they have to do?
I don't know. Just shut the fuck up, I guess.
Like if I were to talk to you, I would have came and talked.
Yeah. It's like they feel obligated to start a conversation. It's like, I don't want to. Just leave me alone.
And then it's all about the small talk too, like the
Yeah.
weather. I don't watch sports, so that kind of kills a lot of conversations. They'll be like, "Hey, did you catch the team?" Like, I don't care. I'll tell them that. Like, I'm not polite about that one either. Like, I don't watch sports. I don't give a crap. So you're wasting your time. But the weather is actually kind of interesting. So I mean, I can see the appeal as you get older. Like, did you see that hurricane? Did you see this wind? Look at that. That's crazy. Like, it's
I'd like
funny.
to see
It's,
Steven on The Office. That'd
Who,
been
who
just
would
fun.
Steven have been on The Office?
Dude, that would have been hilarious.
It's
They needed his character there. It's like a combination of
like Stanley, maybe a little bit, right? Like a little bit.
yeah, I guess maybe.
That'd be the closest. I feel like.
I can empathize with Stanley, like especially because he keeps like Michael keeps wanting to be friends. Everybody wants to be friends with him, but he's just like very negative all the time. Like I understand.
He just wants to come in, work, and leave.
Yeah, and people keep like taking that as an opportunity to be like, oh no, he's fine. We're friendly with each other, but that's just how he is. Like some I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know. It's weird.
Yep, Steven's definitely Stanley. That's for sure. And Jake is Kevin.
I don't know if I would be Kevin. Seems a little mean. Seems a little mean.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You want to hear something that hurts people's feelings? That's it. That's it right there. Yeah.
Dude, it's still my favorite thing when who is it that convinces him that Kevin's like mentally challenged when the new HR lady
yeah,
comes
the new
in.
HR lady Holly. Yeah,
That's great. And she just be. That's a good show.
That was a good show, man. I'll tell you, that was I like watching that one.
We also got the dog stuck in the net today. That was funny too. Learned a lesson. Felt like having a kid. Something you'll probably run into here pretty soon because he like kept sticking his face through this net until his head got stuck. Couldn't get it back out.
I thought you were going to be like, because you're about to have a kid.
Well, yeah, but we were talking about
Something
they were
you're
like
gonna go through.
I've seen a lot of those things where kids like stick their head in a banister and then
Or
they're
their
stuck.
fingers into
Yeah.
things.
And you're like, well, I it's funny because Shannon was like trying to get his head out. I was like, how can we do this? I was like, he's gonna have to go out the same way he came in. He's not gonna like it, but that's how it's gonna be. So you'll probably have to deal with some situations like that
Oh yeah, for sure.
where the kid does something dumb and you have to like unstick them from the dumb thing they did.
That's when you bust out the butter.
Then they learn. You know, like, I bet you won't do that again, huh? That didn't feel good.
Let him sit there for a couple hours.
Well, I wasn't messing with it while we were driving because I was like, we got like a mile or two to go. and I ain't stopping to turn around. Like he can breathe, right? Like cool. All right, then he's gonna sit there until we're done, till we get to a stop. And he didn't stick his head back through. Like he kind of like got close to it, but he did not try to like wedge his head in there again.
They learn. They learn.
That's right. Can't always be like babying everybody. You gotta let them find these things out. It helps them learn quickly and effectively. They're like, I will never do that again. That's a core memory seared into the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think we're going to wrap up this week's episode so we can all go learn our life lessons. This has been your least favorite podcast. Appreciate you joining in. Catch you next week.